Good afternoon, everyone, and this is Daniel at Superior Kia in Orangeburg, and we're back again on this Saturday afternoon. Today we are going to be discussing our navigation system. We are in a 2023 Kia Telluride. This is a S trim level. So we have our power seats, our heated seats, our captain seats in the second row, just to name a few features here. We've also have an added wireless charger. Just a little quick tidbit of information on that. But today we're going to be discussing our navigation system in this vehicle. So of course, as we have taught, if you watched our videos in the past, we can do through our touch screen, or we can also do through our hard buttons here. But we'll look at both ways and hopefully give you a better understanding of how to go about inputting a destination, points of interest, that sort of thing. Just real fast overview. Now, this vehicle is equipped with Kia Connect. The system is not active at the moment. When you purchase the vehicle, we will be happy to activate the system for you, which Kia includes 1 year complimentary service of Kia Connect, which not only gives you improved search results for points of interest, but it also gives you some remote functionality features as well. But for our intents and purposes today, we are simply going to manually input our destinations in our navigation system, and we'll just briefly hit on doing voice command searches. Just a couple quick tips, and this is not meant to be succinct. This certainly is not an in-depth study on navigation system. Just some quick high points. Just, you bought your car, you bought your new Kia, and you're maybe just wanting to kind of familiarize yourself with the features of your navigation system. You want to go out of town and you want to put in an address and really just want to kind of get the hang of it. We're going to hit the high points today. So for starters, of course, we have our radio controls over here. We have our satellite radio, AM, FM. All this is our regular media screen. Then over here we have our map. So right now we're going to go to our home screen, and our two options right here, map and navigation menu. Of course, the map is going to take us straight to just the map screen, whereas the navigation is going to take us to putting in points of interest. There's also an address book. We'll look at both of those. And of course, we have two hard buttons here, both the navigation and the map. So if you do not want to do it on the screen, you have your hard buttons here, of course. So for starters, we'll just go into our map. Now, as you can see, we have our map here. We do not have a destination input, but we have our radio display over here. We can make that go away by pressing the little arrow there, and that will expand. Now, of course, we are in an S trim level. In the LX and also the SX and EX, depending on your trim level, the screen may look different. And if you're in a different vehicle, your screen will look different. If you are in a Kia Soul, for example, or a Seltos, your navigation screen will be different based on the trim level of the vehicle that you're in. We can zoom in or out. We can zoom in. And of course, this is us right here. We're at the Kia dealership. Now, we have got, of course, there's our Kia dealership. And across the street from us, there is a Hardee's. We'll go back out and go back in to our map screen. There's our Hardee's right there across the street from us. So we'll go back home. Let's go into our navigation. The map screen, you can drag around, see what streets are around, see if there are any points of interest, any banks, gas stations, that sort of thing. You can just drag around and move with your finger. Just think of it just like your smartphone. Zooming in, zooming out, just like your smartphone. So now we are in our nav menu. Of course, you can go into search, your points of interest, places you saved, Kia dealerships, any traffic around. Here is your address book at the bottom. So once you get into this screen, you can type in your address, points of interest. Then it gives you some tips over here on the side for points of interest, your address. You can even do coordinates. For those of you who would like to use exact GPS coordinates, you can do that as well. And once again, your searches, when you search points of interest by category or by name, when your Kia Connect is activated, your searches will result in better matches when the service is active. And in the previous video, we discussed activating Kia Connect. You can also search by voice with the points of interest. Also, just a little quick tip, press your speak button right here on your steering wheel, wait for the beep, and then you would find an address. If you were searching by address, you would always find address in the state that you're in. So in our case, we would say find address in South Carolina, just for an example. Of course, using voice commands, always make sure that you speak clearly, make sure that your windows are up, and that your fans and volume, any noise in the vehicle, any background noise, so it does not interfere with the search, make sure it's to a minimum. So we will go back and back. Once again, your address book is at the bottom. Any traffic alerts, we'll go back to our map screen. You have volume control over here. You can increase the volume, or notices of when you're coming up on a turn. Of course, time is always displayed, and if we were to put in an address, we would start our guidance. It would show us our distance, our estimated time of arrival, and of course, when using the navigation system, whether it be the in-dash navigation or your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which this car has equipped, always be safe and maintain full attention on the road. It's always best to put in your address before you hit the road. Just really quickly, that was not, as I mentioned before, that is not comprehensive. That is just kind of a quick hitting the high points. May do another video in the future going more in depth. Just wanted to kind of introduce you guys to the navigation system. Once again, as I said before, you can either go through your head unit on the dash, or also the hard buttons, either one. You can also do the voice commands. If you would like to test drive this vehicle, it is available. We are open from 8:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. during the week, and until 5 on Saturdays. Once again, we are Superior Kia in Orangeburg, South Carolina. We're the beginning of the Superior Auto Mile, unless you are going the wrong way, and we hope to see you soon. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Take care.